All right, Deandra, or new channel name, Fashion Without Limitation. She has already pointed out something to me by me doing this tag, and that is I've already broke one of my rules. Let's go ahead and get to the video. Hey everybody, this is India with Bags and Lifestyle. Thank you so much for watching this video. Also a special thank you to Fashion Without Limitations. She has recently changed her channel name and she tagged me in this video maybe about 2 months ago. So thank you so much for that. I wanted to go ahead and do this recording and we're gonna get into it. Okay, so she did a handbag rules video, which a lot of the things that she had mentioned are things that I try to live by also. I don't necessarily call them rules. So it was funny that when she mentioned rules, I thought, I don't even have any rules. But then after watching her video, also watching Nothing But Bags, make sure you check out her video as well. I will link hers as well to this. Make sure you watch and subscribe to her channel as well. So I thought I don't really have any rules. I kind of more so, I think Nothing But Bags was talking about this too, where she was like, they're not really rules, but they're more like guidelines type of a thing. I feel like I have guidelines, but I've already broken one of those, but we'll get into it. So we are going to talk about what are the kind of guidelines that I go by, what are the bag rules that I go by when I'm purchasing a new item or to keep me from purchasing a new item. Either way it goes. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the list. First up, it was going to be purchasing too much of one color. That was the first thing I have listed. And I brought some eye candy to show an example. And I thought, surely I only have 2 cases where I only have multiples of one color. That is in the pinks, Ferragamo and Naghetti, and the vibrant, beautiful Miami pink. So those are in the pink family. And then I had another example I was going to show where I was going to talk about really where I count. I have 2 black handbags, but technically I have 3. This one I don't use because the handles are all jacked up. And when I got a quote to get them fixed, and also the corners are kind of wearing down. So when I got this is Millie in New York. Do you guys remember Millie? Love this handbag. But anyway, I haven't worn it in some years because it's all, not so attractive. So in my blacks, I have also the Kate Spade piano clutch and another black, which is the Burberry TB, which I've shared on several videos. Oh, it's time for me to, I see some white haze going on. I need to polish it, clean it up some. But here's the Burberry. So I was gonna say I've only broken that rule for 2 colors. Child, I already broke that rule. I went my closet and I have 3 blue handbags. I was like, take this off your list because you can't even say you don't try to purchase more than one color. Now that I look at them, I have several instances where I've purchased the same color. Not the same exact color, but blue, there's different shades of every color. And so I have different shades. So anyway, we got to take that off the list. So we're down. We're down. Okay. So let's move on. We're not going to have that one on the list anymore. I love a color handbag, but I'll tweak it. I'm going to say that this rule applies to black. I definitely try to limit the amount of black bags. It's very easy to me, I feel like, to purchase a neutral color because it goes with everything. So I totally get that thought process. But I love color handbags and also the way that my wardrobe colors are set up that I don't really have to have a black bag to go with things. And so for that reason, we're going to change that answer. I don't buy too many black handbags. That is one of my handbag guidelines. There we go. We have saved it. Okay, so let's move on. Next up on my list is going to be, I also try to think about long term. So for me, when I see a bag that I absolutely love, I first try to visualize one, outside the obvious of like, does this work? Is it functional? All of those things, but just more so about, am I excited about this bag right now? Am I still going to be excited about? Do I see myself really wanting to carry this bag in the next 5 to 10 years. And I know that's a really long range looking out, especially in today's time where people are dropping new handbags all of the dig dag doggone time. But for me, whether this bag costs $200 or this bag costs $2,000 or whatever, it is a investment. It's a significant investment. And so I want to make sure, those 200s adds up, those 50s adds up, those 20s add up. So you just have to make sure, at least for me, I want to make sure that I'm not just getting something because I feel like it works in that moment, because very easily I can get into the thought process that today I'm just like, woo, I love this bag. It's the best bag ever. And then all of a sudden, the next day comes, I don't know what switch in my head flips, and I think, what was I thinking? I do this all the time. My husband will, like, he's a recording artist, so he also performs. He has a live band, and so he'll like sometimes show me his outfits he's gonna wear. And I look and I think I'm looking at him like he's crazy. And I said, who bought that shirt? And he'll tell me, you bought this shirt for me or you picked it out. So, and I said, and literally my response to him is, are you sure I did that? And he'll say, like, yeah, you picked this out 5 years ago, whatever it is. And I just tell him, well, I don't know what I was thinking when I picked that shirt out. I don't like it anymore. Don't wear it. So I can easily just, switch. So for the most part, I kind of know what I like. I kind of know what works. I kind of know kind of that style aesthetic that I know will be a part of my collection for the longer range of time frame. And so for that reason, I try to think about it that way and think, is this just a fluttery feeling right now, or are we in love? Are we getting married? Are we going to the courthouse to be connected forever? If we are just dating, then no, I don't want it. Okay, so next up is going to be my other rule is to Deandra's point, where she had mentioned if it doesn't meet your expectations, if it does not make you excited, don't keep it. And that is so important because you end up, I feel like, wasting money. You also just end up, recycling things. And that's okay. Like, I'm not in love with this anymore. Get it out of my closet. Let me take the funds from that and put it into something else. Nothing's wrong with that. I do that. But what I really do try to do is not force myself to feel like I like something. There have been 2 cases where she also mentioned this too, which is Michael Kors collection. I don't feel like a lot of people know about Michael Kors collection. If you watch Deandra's video, you now know about Michael Kors collection. But if you don't, Michael Kors has 2 lines. They have an upper scale, higher price, higher end line called Michael Kors collection. And then they have MK by Michael Kors, which you see at Macy's, even at Bloomingdale's too, and Nordstrom and those places. So Michael Kors collection, they used to have a Bancroft line. I don't know if they still have it, but I like the Michael Kors collection line. Let me just say that. I don't have a piece from there. I've known about that that line for years, like a long time. And I did buy an item some years ago. And when I got it home with me, it came in the mail. I wasn't impressed. I don't know what it was about it, but I just was not. It looked like it was a nice bag. It didn't make me say, I'm putting my stuff in it and we're going out on the town right now. It did not do that. So I packed it up and sent it back. So definitely, if go with your gut, like she also mentioned too. Just if it is not singing, it is not ringing, it's not dinging, don't keep it. I have another example where I did that too, Carolina Herrera. If you have not checked out CH by Carolina Herrera handbags, Google it. You'll go to the Carolina Herrera website, not the ones. There's 2 websites with Carolina Herrera, but if you go to CH by Carolina Herrera, it's her lifestyle brand. Carolina Herrera has some gorgeous handbags. And there was a Doma line. Actually, she still has this Doma line, top of the line, quality leather, beautiful, gorgeous. Wow, that bag is so beautiful, but it's not that functional. The interior pocket, it doesn't open, all of those things. But anyway, it's a gorgeous bag. And as much as I was like, oh, I want this bag, it is beautiful, it's gorgeous. I was I'm trying to fit my things in and it's not working. So as much as I like the bag, I know it's not worth my time, as gorgeous as it is, because I know it's not going to work for my life. Now, I was completely impressed, love it, but it doesn't work for me because of things that the opening was too tight. So I knew I was going to be aggravated by using it. I couldn't put my phone in the back pocket. So it's just too many things. If I got to bend over backwards to use you, I can't buy you. We're going to go with that slogan. Sure, make sure you hit that more button down below my video, down in this area, so you can expand it out. There's some information down there. Check it out. Okay, moving on. And the next up I'm going to say is going to be do your homework. That's another one that I live by. I have a video that has done amazingly well. I did that one when or like probably within the first year that I started YouTube. So surprisingly enough, that that video has like, that's probably the video that has gotten the most amount of views on my channel. And that is the Tory Burch Kira. I admitted in that video that when it comes to contemporary brands, although they are pretty penny as well, I just didn't do my research. I would do them for the more expensive things, but not for contemporary lines like Michael Kors or Culture Kate Spade or anything like that. If I liked it, it's cool, it worked for me, I thought it was going to be functional, it's at a right price that I wanted to pay for it, pack it up, we're taking it home. And now I've changed my mind because I really like that Kira bag. I did not know it was known for the cornerwear issues that it had. So at one point, the bag, I sung the praises. I think I have 3 parts. I think that bag I have at least, no, I have it in 2 parts. I sung the praises. And then all of a sudden the tides turned and I got ready to pull the bag out actually to go out of town. And then I see all this wear on the bag and I thought, who beat up my bag while I was asleep? Because I didn't do this. And the last time I put it up, it did not look like this. And so doing your research is going to help. One, you can figure out what fits. One, you can figure two. Let's number it. Okay. One, you figure out that you can figure out what fits in it. Two, you can figure out how functional it is for your life. Three, some people will also talk about whether, like quirks and things and cons or whatever that may be an issue for them, and they possibly may be an issue for you. So it definitely helps watching videos, reading reviews, all of those things help. So that way you can understand. Go into the store if you can, try the bad boy on, or try something as similar as possible, as close to the item as possible on. See if you even like the way the leather feels. Those are all things that you can do to do your homework, because especially you know yourself. And so you know what you need, you know what you like, you know what you expect. And so for all of those things, it is incorporated into the doing your homework. So that way you can at least make as much of an informed decision as possible. Now, for me, I buy bags a lot of times that there aren't a lot of videos on. And so I have to figure out through, thankfully, Purse Blog usually has a post about it, or I can find somebody doing a post. And sometimes you got to, trial and error. You just got to get it and see if it works for you. But I really try to make sure that I take time to do the homework, think about it. Because also when you take a beat, you take a pause and do your homework while you're doing your homework, because you're not doing it overnight. At school you are. But anyway, most of us are not in school. Most people watching my channel are not in school. Or maybe you are, because you could be in grad school. I don't know. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're doing your homework over time. So it's not a quick, let me just figure out, okay, let me go ahead and get it, everything passes. So make sure you take that time. And when you're doing that homework, a lot of times things come up, or sometimes my mind changes and I think, am I really wanting this bag because of the color? Am I really wanting this bag because I've never had something from this brand? Do I just really want this bag because I keep seeing it all the time? Do I really want this bag because I love the way that the leather feels, or I'm just excited right now, or I have had a horrible day at work and I need an outlet, and doggone it, I'm buying this bag because I've been restraining myself and I'm letting it all out. Like, whatever that reason is, a lot of times doing your homework, taking time to do that takes time. And so that also helps filter out purchases you probably would have regretted. Okay, so those are my handbag rules, handbag guidelines. Let me know what you think. Throw them in the comments down below. Thank you so much again to Fashion Without Limitations for tagging me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.